The Dokkan Worldwide Celebration is less than a few weeks away, and I know that sounds crazy to global players, which I imagine is most of you watching this, because we just wrapped up the 8th anniversary just a few days ago. So how is it possible that we're already about to get 2 brand new hype characters, then followed by even more hype characters? What? But yes, the Worldwide Celebration is happening at the end of August. And for those of you that are curious and want a placeholder date, it should be around August 27th. And as of the filming of this video, we actually just got our first hint as to what the theme will be, which was that you guys need to like the video. So now there are a lot of ways that you could take that video. And I know a lot of people now that are immediately thinking the entire thing is going to be future themed and are thinking of one particular character that will be showing up. But I'm not so sure that's going to happen. And of course, besides the possibility of him, one reason people absolutely love this particular celebration, sometimes even more than the anniversary, is because this is where Dokkan loves to insert a top tier Extreme Dokkan Fest or Carnival unit, which is something they haven't done since the first anniversary with the Intelligence Janemba. And then every anniversary after that, it's always been a super dual Dokkan Fest. So worldwide, the Million Download Celebration, whatever the heck you want to call it, has sort of become their placeholder to introduce new hype extreme characters alongside incredibly hype super characters like Vegito. Now, here's the thing. We haven't seen a new Vegito unit since Worldwide of 2020, which we also got another Vegito for the 5th anniversary in 2020. But it's literally been 3 years since we've had any Vegito unit at all and multiple Gogeta units since. So that's now 3 years without one of the most hype characters that they could possibly release from the entirety of the series. So a lot of us are waiting with bated breath to see when he'll finally make a new appearance on the game. And I just don't think Worldwide 2023 is where it will happen. And here's why. The reason I think this is actually because of the 9th anniversary. Yes, the next anniversary that on the JP timeline is actually only 5 months away. Over the course of the last 8 years of this game existing, there's been one thing that hasn't changed to date. Every single odd numbered anniversary has been a fusion character. The 1st anniversary, Super Gogeta and Janemba. The 3rd anniversary, LR Vegito and LR Super Gogeta. The 5th anniversary, LR Vegito Blue and LR Gogeta Blue. And then finally, the 7th anniversary, which was LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and basically LR Gogeta Blue. So I imagine that we are currently building towards a Vegito-based anniversary, identical to that of the 7th anniversary, with a double release of Vegito Blue and Super Vegito in some form. So that's why I doubt we see a theme involving either of them during this year's Worldwide Celebration, although I will also happily be wrong and would love a Vegito Blue anytime they want to give it to me. If they even want to make Worldwide and the 9th anniversary be VB, I'm also here for that. So if not everyone's second favorite fusion, what could they be cooking? Now, in terms of what to expect exactly, it should be 4 new LRs for Worldwide 2023. Worldwide has actually changed up its formula a lot over the years. They've actually been more experimental with Worldwide than any of the other celebrations. From 2017's Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Physical Omega Shenron, to 2018's Transforming Goku and Frieza and the introduction of a Part 2 LR with LR Goku and Frieza, then moving into 2019 with the first dual LR Dokkan Festival Worldwide Celebration with Gohan and Cell, then in Part 2 introducing revamped super attacks for LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and a new LR androids. And then in 2020, when they decided to stick completely to 2019's formula and give us the exact same release schedule, dual Dokkan Festival LR with Super Vegito and Buhan. And then in Part 2, they actually revamped LR Majin Vegeta's 12 key and then released a new LR Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta with a partner mechanic. Then boom, in 2021, we got a new formula with dual Dokkan Festivals at the beginning with Full Power Frieza and Super Saiyan Goku. But then in Part 2, we got a TOP banner with LR Krillin and Gohan and LR Revival Vegeta. Then fast forward again to 2022 with the biggest celebration change to date because they introduced an entirely new type of unit with Carnival LRs, leading us to have a Part 1 and Part 2 that would both have an LR Dokkan Festival and a Carnival LR. Now, we thought they would actually stick to this exact release schedule for the 8th anniversary, but they did not. I actually think that this is the best format for a celebration and the one I hope and imagine they'll stick to for 2023's Worldwide Celebration. I think splitting up the Dokkan Fest LRs and giving us one in both Part 1 and Part 2 gives the celebration the best pacing and makes for a far more exciting Part 2. So with that in mind, whatever theme they go with should have a Part 1 DFE LR and Carnival LR, then Part 2 should also have a DFE LR and Carnival LR. And I think we have 3 viable options here for the set of characters that they'll choose. First up, Part 1 could be Vegito Blue and Rose. They're such an iconic duo in this game, and even though I made an entire case around why it likely won't be him, I would also gladly take a new Vegito Blue anytime they want to release him. On a side note, for those that always ask, I imagine they team up Rose with VB, even though the two of them didn't fight, because Rose pulls in way more numbers than Zamasu of any kind, including Merge, so that's why we always see those two together. Because I think if you put Vegito Blue with Merge, the Vegito Blue banner is going to have infinitely more stone spin on it than a Merge, but you put him with Rose and it's probably way more evenly split. And then part 2 of this could be a DBS Rage Trunks and a Zamasu. We really don't have a good representation for DBS Rage Trunks, so they could do something with that here. And then with Zamasu, they can make him full on corrupted Zamasu, because the last time we got that was all the way back in 2016. Now, there is the AGL one that we got in 2019, but he's fully transforming. So you could absolutely have a standalone new corrupted Zamasu that would link well with the 2019 Zamasu. This is also a great time to bring up a brand new mechanic that was in a recent data download called Dokkan Field. I've seen a lot of the community suggest that this could be used with Zamasu when he does this sort of infinite move. And right before he does that, he was corrupted. So it kind of could line up here for sure. Also, if they do anything with DBS Trunks, or really just future in general, the tech transforming Trunks from 2019 is up for an easy A. The 2019 Zamasu I just mentioned also needs an easy A, and we can't forget the Intelligence Goku Black, and for sub easy A's, the Intelligence Zamasu. So there's a lot of options from future that definitely need easy A'd sooner than later. The second option I've got is they could actually do part 1 and part 2 as DBS Trunks and Z Trunks. So part 1 could be identical to what I just mentioned with the DBS Future Trunks and Corrupted Zamasu, but then part 2 is where things get changed up. We could get a Z Trunks that takes place after the events of the AGL LR Gohan and Trunks, since that unit is almost entirely focused on just Future Gohan, and it could be Trunks in his just like black tank top, and the super attacks could explore things we haven't seen in Dokkan yet, which we saw in Kakarot, where Trunks goes and trains with the Kais and then kills Deborah. And again, they have Kakarot to reference for all of this when creating the super attack. And then they could give us a new version of the LR androids to pair with them, specifically the future androids, obviously. Then the third option we have here, Trunks' time machine doesn't necessarily mean future specifically. And I also pointed out that it kind of looked like that was the Cell Games Arena or a Cell Games Arena tile potentially. So it could be a representation of him going back at the beginning of the Cell saga. So I actually think this is a really good possibility, especially since Super Trunks just came out on JP like literally a couple weeks ago. And if they go this route, then things could get really interesting, because they could make it basically a Gohan celebration more than a future themed celebration. So part 1 could be Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Cell. Dokkan Field could also maybe translate to when Cell blows himself up. I feel like that is a moment that they really could revisit and utilize as some sort of new mechanic or skill. And then finally, they could give us a Bye Guys Goku, like seriously, finally, that then would transform, right, bad way to say that, but you get it, revive, retreat, whatever, into a battle damage Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. And I think this could be a fairly high part 1. I know we all probably really want a new standalone Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, but I want a Bye Guys Goku more than just a standalone Super Saiyan 2 Gohan at this moment. Then part 2 could be where they throw us a curveball that maybe we weren't expecting, because they could go several different routes from here. It could be Movie 9 Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Bojack. We do technically have a Gohan from this, but they've been getting creative and could easily make another one. Just look at Fizz Turles. Turles doesn't really have that many scenes, and somehow we just keep getting new cards for that guy. They have a massive fascination with Turles. I mean, Turles is cool, but geez. It could also be Movie 10 with Second Coming Gohan and Broly. This would also open up to an easy A for the Tech Broly. Plus, we haven't really touched Z Broly in over 2 years, and we don't have just a really good standalone Second Coming Gohan. That's an option. They could also go the Trunks route, so it could be obviously Cell and Gohan in part 1, and they could focus on Trunks, whether it be from DBS or Z, in part 2 with things we've already mentioned here. Or lastly, they could go the superhero route. It's actually going to be the 1-year anniversary of Superhero releasing globally very soon, and this could give them a reason to revisit it. They could give us a Cell Max. They could give us a duo Gamma unit with Gamma 2's Core Breaker moment, since that's missing in the game, and they could also give us a standalone Beast Gohan. I do think this is probably the least likely, but the Gammas and Cell Max are definitely somewhere soonish in the Dokkan pipeline, and they're absolutely worldwide levels of hype. But while we wait to find out what the exact theme is, you guys can hit that subscribe button to be here for all the content, and you can also click on another video right here. Bye!